Bashers, I'm a little low on volume. Let's go a little bit better volume. Bashers, hey Bashers, it's Tuesday, March 24th, and it is Speedy Tuesday. Welcome, Speedy Tuesday fans. You guys getting ready for Watches and Wonders, or do you care? Who cares? Who cares about what Rolex is going to do? Do we care? Do we care what Tech's going to do, or Piaget, or Vacheron? Sure we do. Why do we all care so much? Because we're crazy. We care about it. Let's see who got in there at number one. Mr. Zelensky. Wow, Steve Zelensky is in there at number one. Bash for the day. How are you, buddy? Dave Fahrenheit 451. Right, neck and neck and paddle power. Just those two guys, man. Cheers, everybody. Jooby do coffee in my handsome Joe. Handsome Joe glass. How's everybody doing today? Oh, good. What do you got to say to me today? Kevin Landon, 7578, upvoted number 3 today. Kevin Landon, how are you? Hey, Kevin, the Irish one. Dream as if you will live forever. Live as if you will die tomorrow. It's a great line. Dream as if you will live tomorrow. Live if you will die as if you will die tomorrow. Best wishes to Dirk and all the bashers. Thanks, Kevin Landon. Andrew Wolkowicz coming in hard, Canadian $5. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks so much for everything. Sorry about Sunday Mass. I had to go to an actual Mass in New Jersey. Paul's incredible Aunt Norma, who we absolutely adored. She was maybe the sweetest, kindest, nicest person I've ever met. Very good Christian woman. And she died right before Christmas. And because it was Christmas, and people were all over the place, they decided to have the actual Mass. We had a service, of course, that we all attended, but we couldn't have a church service, so we had the proper church service. And man, I gotta say, so we went to New Jersey, and it was a very modern church. It was kind of, can I just say hippy dippy in a way? Anyway, let me give you the big bang boom, and then I'll tell you my little story about this. I heard a really amazing singer. Wow, and there's a story. The story is thus. So we get to this church. It's very modern, kind of, one of these 50s, 60s jobs with the slanty roof and, kind of modern, mid-century modern-esque architecture. And we get there, and there's like a priest holding the door open, and they were like, welcome. I felt like I was on the prairie. It felt so un-Catholic. Catholic is usually scary and ominous, and it was so welcoming, and everybody's like, welcome. Then there was these two lay people, and they were like, welcome, can we find your people? And we're like, no, we're good. I'm good. We sit down, and this very handsome guy gets up, and he's leading the Mass in song, and he was freaking amazing. You go to church or whatever, a cantors are amazing too, and you hear these very, very good singers. This guy was just a notch above excellent. He was stupendous. A very rich, deep baritone, but with tenor tendencies. And my sister came, and she's nudging me from behind, and I'm like, yeah, this guy's great. And he looked great. It just was all about, just seemed like a fish out of water in a weird way. So anyway, my sister and I approached him afterwards, because how could we not? I wanted to send my appreciation to this wonderful singer. And his name is Kieran Sheehan. Kieran Sheehan, and he's from Ireland. He's from Dublin. And we just wanted to just go scope out like who, what, where, whatever. And it turns out, so the first thing out of his mouth was, I said, wow, where did you train your lovely singer? Thinking he's going to say he went to London, to the Royal Academy, something. He goes, no, I joined a metal band. I'm like, well, wow. She goes, so did he. Like, he didn't seem very interested, but that's fine. Turns out he came to America, and he did Phantom of the Opera on Broadway. It was Raoul the Vicomte de Chagny. And he was in touring companies of all these other, go look him up. Kieran, Ciaran, Sheehan, Sheehan, Kieran Sheehan. He was absolutely wonderful. What a singer. Terrific. Go check them out. So that's why I couldn't do Sunday Mass. So because it took up the whole day because there was a repast afterwards, and it took up the bulk of the day. So thanks for everybody for understanding that Sunday Mass had to be. So in nomine Padre, Filii, Spiritus Sancti for everybody. I hope we all had a great weekend. Yeah. So and today was. I wanted to make sure we were on time today, even though we had a couple of appointments this morning with Dia Rosa, and hopefully she's good. We got her some blood work and some other kinds of testing just to make sure that she's good. And we just got back a little while ago. So cheers, everybody. I hope you all had a great weekend. Happy health. And spring has sprung, right? I missed that too. Spring has sprung. So I don't know where you are in the world. Well, I actually do know where most of you are in the world because I know who most of you are. So I hope that spring has sprung and that flowers are blooming and that the sky is clear and that the temperature is warm. I awoke to the sound of chainsaws because guess who's at it again? Yes, everybody's favorite dragons. Complaining about our neighbor's weeping willow tree, which is one of the most magnificent. It's 200-year-old tree. It's beautiful. It's in the backyard, and it just weeps over everyone's yard, and it's glorious and beautiful. But it annoys them, so they had, they complained, and then our neighbors had to go in there and hire some people not to chop the tree down, which they almost did, but they took so much of its beauty away. Because the dragons don't love beautiful things. They just like cold aesthetics, cement. They've cemented everything. They're taking all the earth out of earth, which is grotesque. I'm working and we'll watch later when I get home. Andrew, we miss you already. And Sir Julian is here. I often thought that if I had to live in the trunk of a dead tree, wow, how apropos, with nothing to do but look up at the sky flowing overhead, little by little, I would have gotten used to it. Life can be magnificent and overwhelming. That is the whole tragedy. Without beauty, love, or danger, it would almost be easy to live. Yeah, but isn't that also the thing that makes life worthwhile? Beauty, love, and danger. What would we do without? There'd be no great songs. There'd be no great art. Because art is beautiful and dangerous and usually inspired by love, as is most music. At the heart of all beauty lies something inhuman. That's probably true, though. What we know is not much. What we do not know is immense. What we know is not much. What we do not know is immense. Yes, we don't know anything. I read a lot of books. I'm kind of a bookworm, mostly biographies, mostly autobiographies, because I don't really like when other people write about other people unless it's in a historical context. Because modern biography is usually kind of page 6, page 3. It's usually some kind of nonsense, National Enquirer, Daily Mail kind of nonsense. But one of my favorite books of all time, and I hadn't read it in a very long time, is Contact by Carl Sagan, a work of fiction that he wrote with Anne Druyan, his wife. And it's narrated, because it's an audiobook, because that's what I use to sleep, by the incomparable and utterly magnificent Jodie Foster, and who starred in the movie Contact. And then I forgot, because I've seen the movie so many times. Contact is one of those movies that I will, if it's on TV and I come upon it, I'll jump in wherever I am, because I love it. I forgot how immensely different it is from the book. In the book, the first chapter, the first line is they got the signal. There's no Ellie Arroway backstory, none of that stuff that you see, the preamble in the film, which I like very much. It's a very, very different story in a lot of ways. I forgot that, multiple people, 5 people go in the machine, and in the film, it's just her. And I did fall asleep, so I don't remember if Haddon is in there, the guy that came up and was able to find the primer, the thing that decoded the message. And then I was just thinking about what a great filmmaker Robert Zemeckis is, because the screenplay is maybe better than the book. And don't get me wrong, it's hard to write something better than Carl Sagan, but the way he expanded the screenplay for the visuals, um, like the first thing that they notice is Adolf Hitler's speech at the Olympics. And isn't that a great thing for us to send out to the airwaves? The first thing that aliens see is Hitler, not making us look very good at all, but nonetheless, really great film. I love the film. I don't think that if there's any flaw I have with the film, and I've mellowed with age, because I'm not the biggest Matthew McConaughey fan. He always pops up in movies I want to see, or he wound up in Interstellar, and he's fine in it, I guess. But his whole kind of thing like that just gets annoying. And he was Palmer Joss in the book, and it's much smaller role in the book than it is in the film, because they turned it into a kind of a love story. Whatever. Martin Bronson are here, the king of the forest. Bashers, we're back upvoted. We're back. Thank you, buddy. Upvote if you can. It makes an incomparable difference. You have no idea. And if you could like and subscribe, but if you do the following, if you comment on the video, you could just say like "you suck" or "great show" or Bronson looked amazing today, or whatever. Julian's photographs are great. Whatever you do, if you comment in the comment section, it makes such a tremendous difference. And I'm not going to do clickbait and say we're at some crossroads here and I know the future of the channel. And I know everybody does that on their shows. No, I love iBashers. I love doing this daily show. It's not going anywhere. It's staying the way it is. But the membership thing did change the complexion. So, because you know how much I care about making sure I've got great stuff going on for all the Patreons over there. And I don't do a whole hell of a lot. Like I always said, it's the Hail Mary. It's the thing that really saves this channel when, like I have a bad month, or it's just, it was like, not a good month for sustainability. I've always found that it's there. Now, I don't use that to pay the electric bill. I don't pay that for anything other than all things iBashers. So what I decided to do was, and thank you, Mark, so much. Thank you for the comments, the king of the forest. What I did was, and I'll show you what I did, was I'm doing a series on Patreon. And if you're interested, come on over. And this is what I'm doing over there. You guys know all about, this is my Patreon page. I should just change it to, Dirk Weekdays. I don't know why it's called that. But when I started up. So I decided to chronicle the making of that song that I had the strings arranged for. And I hope some of you might find it fascinating if you are a singer or a songwriter or a guitar player or whatever you do, or even if you're just a music fan, if you've ever been interested in finding out how songs can be made. There's lots of different ways. Some people just sit with a guitar, some people sit at a piano, some people just hum a tune, some people write poetry and have somebody else set it to music. This is a different method than I've ever been used to, where somebody comes to me with a completely finished piece of music and I have to write the melody and the lyrics to it. And that's my friend Marcus Pfeffer in Germany, who was like a Hitman fan and asked me to collaborate with him a couple of albums ago. And we're now on our 6th song together. And this song that I'm chronicling is the 5th one we wrote together. It's called Just a Memory. And it's a kind of a rock ballad in the classic sense. It's got a great guitar solo. It's got all the components of a good song, but it wasn't good enough. And I decided after we were done with the song after that I went back and listened to it and decided to come up with a string arrangement, which I wrote by myself and had a concert master refine and make perfect. And then we had him go and record that with an actual string ensemble with real violins, cellos, and violas, et cetera, et cetera. And eventually it's going to be mixed by the incomparable Bob St. John, who did Extreme, Duran Duran, and so many other artists. 6-time Grammy Award-winning producer Bob St. John, who's also Hitman's producer. We've worked with him for a long time. So I'm chronicling how this whole thing gets together, and I've got 2 episodes on there right now. And the first one is The Making of a Memory Part 1, and it's how it kind of came together. And the second part is The Making of a Memory Part 2, and that is writing the lyrics and getting the lead vocals done and all that stuff. And then I dropped the actual full song as it was intended to hit the album. We thought it was done until I opened up my big mouth. So, and that's on there. And I'm going to be posting a couple of videos about how the string section came together, how I started collaborating with this incredible concert master from Madrid in Spain, and how we discussed how we could turn this track into something else. And then eventually the song will be mixed by Bob St. John, and it'll be released on a new album by the band is called Barnabas Sky. I'm a guest singer on there because all the singers are guests. It's the brainchild of Marcus Pfeffer. I just thought, you guys know the other side of me is, or the main side of me has always been music. It's my first passion, my love, the thing I've always done my entire life. Just trying to figure out a way to make the Patreon experience a little bit more fun and more interactive, because I have to admit, I have not. I've just used it as like a iBasher slush fund, to get new lighting, new computers, new stuff, and it's been really great. But I also need to give back to the people that are over there too. So thanks everybody whose all your names are on the bottom there. Thank you everybody for becoming and staying a Patreon. I am grateful, and I'm gonna make Patreon a far more interactive and fun place because of your incredible gifts to me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And we got some more, Julian. Here we go. What is life? It is the flash of a firefly in the night. It is the breath of a buffalo in the wintertime. It is the little shadow which runs across the grass and loses itself in the sunset. That's beautiful, Julian. Where do you get all these things? How did my friends cross the Cobalt River? With what did they pay the ferryman? As they set out for the indigo shore under this jet black sky, some died on their feet with a backward glance. Wow. Love and blessings to all the bashes, cold and windy in London. I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Sir Julian. Ladies and gentlemen, incomparable Sir Julian Huxley. Thank you, Julian, for all of your wisdom and wit. Dave Fitzsimons, whoop whoop, think Speedy, it's Bash Day, Speedy Tuesday. I'm wearing the first of Megan Space, my gift from Basher X. I never get tired of this beast. It is so beautiful. It's so glittery and shiny and amazing. And, manual wine 3861, sapphire. You just can't go wrong with this thing. It's just the most beautiful alpha hands. It's just so beautiful. And you guys have all seen it, but I'll show it to you again. You all know it. You all know how beautiful that thing is. It's just so incredible. Such a beautiful watch. What are you all wearing on your wrist today? Please do tell. We have a very, very large Gallery of Bashtards because I didn't do Sunday, so we'll get to that a little sooner than we normally do. The beautiful Melly C is here. Melly C and all the ladies of the Bash. Why is that not working? Hey, there it goes. Happy Speedy Tuesday, Dirk and the Bashers, Melly C, the purple one, and Renaissance. We are souls in the flash specters caught between the limbo of yesterday and tomorrow's illusions of the present imposters in these skins. That's insane. I love the word specter. I was very happy when Spectre is obviously a big organization in the Bond world, but when they named a movie Spectre, I thought it was great. Was it the greatest movie? No, but I thought it was better than Skyfall because I hate that movie. You guys all know that's my least favorite Bond film because it's just it's a Batman feature. I hear, says Raphael, upvoted, and that will do. It will indeed. Please upvote if you can. Handsome Joe, tied up. Oh, I hope the fun kind. We'll catch up later and have a great show. We love you, Joe. Thanks for being there. I'm drinking. Thank you for sending me another set of glasses because I'm a clumsy Dirk. I like the word clumsy. Clumsy. The word clumsy in a sign language is this, which I think is so beautiful. And I only know that because there's a song called The Quiet Thing by Charles Aznavour. And I can't do sign language. I wish I could. I think it's quite beautiful. Is anybody watching DTF Detroit? DTF. Sorry, St. Louis. It's a new Jason Bateman, David Harbour a show. It is very dark. It's a very dark show. And I had no idea what DTF meant, and now I do. And if you do, what? Fergal is here. Hey, Dirk on the Bashers. Hey, Fergal. Oh, no, he's got the flu. I have the flu. Really knocked me for 6 the last few days. It doesn't look like it's going to go away. Off to Venezia in a few weeks' time. Hopefully well before that. Beautiful. Have fun in Venice. What a great time of year to see Venice. If you're there in like early April, May, it's just Italy. Italy is a big place. It's a long place, but northern Italy in April and May is astonishing. I would imagine so is Napoli. I've never been there. I've never been south of Rome, ever. I've been to Rome a zillion times at this point. But we always get on a train and go north, or get on a plane and go east. So, are you taking anything for that? I mean, was it too late for you to take, what is that stuff now that they have? Tamiflu. I got the flu shot a couple of years ago. I haven't gotten another one because it made me so ill. Ugh, hated it. Andy, the Ancient One, is here. Good evening, kind sir. Wishing you and yours only good things. Wow, it's Andy M., the only good things guy. It's been too long, and you're such a wonderful basher, such a wonderful person taking care of your loved ones the way that you do. And you ask for nothing. Isn't that? Selfless is the word. Selfless is the word. You're a beautiful person. Thank you, Andy M. Nick Brooker, evening all. Sosby will be late to the party, but upvoted. Will catch the replay tonight. What are you doing? Are you diving? Are you diving? I'm watching on the camera right now. Rose playing with Bubble. So the Bubble thing is, we've come to a crossroads where I need to decide what to do. And, Bubble has been in this big crate in Rose's house for over 2 weeks now. And recovering very, very well. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the crate and let Bubble walk around and decide whether or not, wow, this place is warm and cozy and there's toys and food and all the great stuff. Do I really want to go back out on the streets? Do I really want to do that? But I think it's only fair for me to give this cat who has been somewhat feral the option to reclaim the life that they once had. I don't want to do that. But I don't think it's fair to make Bubble a prisoner either. Maybe Bubble will feel like, Bubble doesn't go on the street. Bubble goes in the backyards. But something happened to Bubble, and we don't know what it was. The vet is inconclusive. They can't tell if it was a fight. They said there's no discernible bite marks, no discernible claw marks, but there were 2 pretty substantial puncture wounds. Now, Bubble could have slipped in the snow and fell on something. I don't know. But before I do that, I will go around the block and I will go analyze that fence and see, because Bubble comes from an upper area, down a fence into the next block, which is significantly lower than my street. But I don't know. I've got a couple of things to think about, and that's one of them. And I just want to do the right thing for Bubble, because sometimes as a person, the best thing is for me to keep the cat. Well, Bubble's not happy in the crate anymore. She has absolutely healed, and she's looking great, and she's ate well, and what is it about cats and litter boxes? This cat doesn't know what a litter box is, and I put a litter box in the crate, and you know what? Started using it immediately. Absolutely incredible how smart cats are. Just instantly took to the litter box. First, she was sleeping in it, and then I was like, oh, don't do that. And I had to change to this litter called Yesterday's News, which is kind of recycled newspaper made into pellets, so it doesn't disintegrate, so it can't get, if you have cuts or wounds or sutures, it can't get inside there and infect everything, which is great, which is what happened The 4 days after the surgery, I had to take Bubble back up there, and they had to clean out the wounds because the scoopable litter had caused some, it was an issue. I didn't know. You live and you learn. So if anybody has any experience with, and I know you all do, with returning a cat to the wild, I know a lot of people catch and release. They catch them, they neuter them, and then they spay them and they send them back to the wild because that's where they want to be. And I think that's what Bubble wants. But we'll see. I think my first step is I'm just going to open up the crate and say, you're free to do what you want, but I'll keep the door to the outside completely closed. And if Bubble just starts pawing at the door, like, let me the hell out of here, Bubble can return to heated condos in 2 locations and food from all the neighbors. I think that's the fair thing to do, but we'll see. Because the crate thing, that's not nice. It's not a nice thing to do to an animal. I'm not going to. The job of the crate is done. It's not fair for an animal that has been able to explore and be its own person. So I don't want to do that. Sharon Alexis here. Hello, beautiful Sharon, the ladies of the bash. That is who we love, ladies of the bash. Why is this doing this? Why is it taking so long to activate my hearts? The iBasher hearts. Nick Brooker upvoted number 18. How are you, Sharon? Beautiful glamour. Spring has sprung, but unfortunately it is not my friend. Really bad hay fever today. Oh, is there anything you can take, Melly C? I used to have very, very bad. I don't, and you have cats, so it didn't help you. Once I got a cat, of which I was allergic my whole life, it cured all my allergies. I mean, I don't have hay fever anymore. I don't know how that happened. I went to an allergist when I was a kid, but it didn't do anything. But as an adult, I guess I got my first cat when I was 24, and that did it. I'm not alert. I don't get hay fever anymore. Even grass, which used to destroy me, doesn't do it anymore. Brad Crozier is here. Good afternoon, Dirk. How are you feeling after the service? It's always difficult in these moments. Give it time. Yeah. Well, like I said, thank you very much, Brad. Aunt Norma died in December, and this was more of a celebratory mass for her. Everyone will always grieve her existence on this planet. That she's not here anymore. But it was more of a celebration with her immediate family and her grandchildren, and yeah. So it was actually a good day for the family. Her husband is 90, Uncle Sabino, and it was okay. It was okay, but thanks for asking. Jodie Foster is my girl. Gosh, how could she not be? She's just so great. And she reads this book like it's a script. It's not when you listen. I've listened to so many audiobooks at this point. Most people read it like and then they walked into the place, and then they, some people are better than others. She reads it like it's coming out of her brain. It is so beautifully done. So beautifully done. I was thinking of you loads and so, thank you, Fergal. Thanks so much. The Patreon vids are great. Love seeing the creative process, whatever the art. Thanks, pal. Yeah, I just didn't know, other than, look, this is a live show. You guys, I keep you up to date on what's going on in my world, and I get you guys update me on what's going on in yours, and we have the gallery. We have so many things to keep us in touch on iBashers, but the engine that has been Patreon for me has been invaluable. It's just been an incredible tool to rely on. An Elton John that I listened to after one of my friends died was called Funeral for a Friend. Well, Funeral for a Friend. The first track on Yellow Brick Road. It's funny. I know that it's Love Lies Bleeding. It's Funeral for a Friend / Love Lies Bleeding in the end. What a song. What an album. I just recently, I think I told you Thursday, that Jimmy, my guitar player from Hitman, and we got a copy of that album tracks. So separate bass, vocals, drums. It's just the most unbelievable album. A Funeral for a Friend. Wow. Yeah. It's one of my favorites. And he opens his show. Well, he has historically opened up a lot of shows with that song. It's very long. It's like 10 or 11 minutes. But it starts off, with the big church organ and all that stuff, piano. It's an amazing song. He's opened up many a tour with that. I've been lucky enough to see Elton many, many, many times, and I always hope he opens up with that because it's such an amazing song. And Yellow Brick Road is probably his best record, I think. I mean, he's got lots of great records, but that's definitely it. Carolyn Merton, the girl with the wrench, is here. Hello, all. It's been way too long. Cheers, lady of the bash, the first lady of iBashers. Also, the Catholic Mass, man. I don't know what's going on with the hippie dippy prose. They've changed the verbiage, and it's just kind of corny now. I like the scarier stuff. I like the scary stuff. It was a little too, and also with unto you're with your spirit. It's a little corny. I don't like when people make religion corny. Make God scary. People need to fear God. It's more fun that way. Kevin Landon says, wearing my Invicta Grand Diver 2 tone with green dial and Citizen Diver Chrono. With you wearing two watches today? Look at you. I'm not double fisted today. It's Speedy Tuesday. Even though I have two Speedies, I could definitely have done that. But I don't want to be a whore. I don't want to be a dirty whore. Panel power. Two of Julian's quotes are from Derek Jarman. Pharmacopoeia, a Dungeness Notebook, and Connor Judson Garage, Become the Fool. Look at you. I don't know. Is there any smarter person in the room ever than Panel Power? I know you're like a nuclear physicist and all that stuff, but it doesn't mean you know who played bass on that album. Panel Power, did we ever discuss what your favorite album of all time is? I'd love to know. Like, if you had a desert island disc and you could only bring one album with you you would probably figure out how to build a rocket ship and get the hell off that island. But in the meantime, what would be your desert island disc? As a matter of fact, here's a great thing for Speedy Tuesday. I would like to know everybody's desert island disc. And I don't know, and I'll think about that, and I'll give mine last. But I don't know. It might be Yellow Brick Road. It could be. For songs I have to listen to, general listening enjoyment. For the longest time, it probably would have been The Sensual World by Kate Bush. But I think that can be too maudlin. You'd need some uplifting melodies as well. It's kind of a dark record. Get better soon, Fergal. We wish you all of us here at the iBashers get well. The flu can take a while to get away. And if you can get some medicine, even better. Malta looks beautiful. Malta. Paul's been to Malta. I've never been there. I'd like to see it. From what I hear, it's kind of like a fortress in the middle of there's no beaches per se. It's mostly like kind of concrete walls. I've never been there, so I'd love to see it. Get well soon, Fergal, indeed. Longines Ultracron on brown leather and Longines Pilot. After I said I don't have allergies anymore, I don't know what caused that. Longines Ultracron on brown leather and the Longines Pilot Magitech on the Ultracron bracelet. Yeah, you guys are big Longines. I love it. I keep my cats safe in time. Of course, we all did. My cats were not allowed to leave the house. Glaucus was the devil. He used to go out on the deck if somebody left the door open. Or he practically had thumbs. He could open doors. But Bubble is not her cat, Bubble is, it's not her cat. And, let's face it, that cat's been out in the backyards, roaming the yards for years and years and years. And, maybe she wants her freedom back. All of your three cats are. I mean, listen, if I can do it, I will. I mean, it's my intention is to try to figure out a way to keep Bubble in the house 100%, We'll see. It's an honorable thing to offer the creature its freedom firstly. I think so, too. I just don't think it's fair for me to say, but I want you here. Because I just want to make sure that doesn't happen to Bubble again. Because I don't know whether it was man or beast that caused that problem. I don't know, Watch photos incoming from Ellie C. Nice. Oh, thank you, honey pie. I only started getting hay fever moving back to the UK and living in the countryside. Well, that's where all the stuff is. Oh, Blow by David Bowie. Wow, that's a good one. Great pick. Melly C says double platinum. You know what's really funny about double platinum is I think Strutter 78 is the better version of Strutter. Fight me. I just do. That's interesting. Oh, this is cool that you guys are running with it. The White Album. Wow, that's, you know what? Makes the world go around. That's my least favorite Beatles record because it feels like solo records to me. It's got great songs on it. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it's the one I turn to the least. Uh, but I get why people love that record because it is individual assertions of their artistic integrity. I get it. And it's the shape of things to come because the next album that they recorded was Let It Be, and then they released it last. And the last album they recorded was Abbey Road, which is my favorite Beatles record. And that was released as their penultimate album. So yeah, I get it though. I get it. I get it. I get the assertion there. Dirk, that was very sad about, oh man, can you believe that crap? Right here, man. I live 15 minutes from there. That doesn't associate it with me in any way, but it was very, that was a very rainy night. It was rainy and foggy, and man, at the end of the day, that was human error of the worst kind. It's LaGuardia Airport, which has been very, very recently renovated. Actually, I'll say it's been reconstructed from the ground up. It's a magnificent airport now with all the latest technology. There was a new kind of system on the field on the tarmac that should not have allowed that to happen. Sensors that would tell the airplane and the truck that both of them were on the runway. Shouldn't have happened, but unfortunately, as we've probably all heard, um, the air traffic control made a very big boo boo by allowing that truck to proceed. There was another incident. It was a United Airlines that had a strange smell on the plane. They tried to take off twice, and they finally said, "Just give us a gate. We'll figure this out." And they were sending a fire truck, and that's what happened. This I saw the footage. It's out there if you want to see it. It's terrible. But the fire truck crosses the runway just at the minute when the plane was going so fast. It just obliterated the entire nose of that aircraft, and both pilots were killed. If we're going to do the math, we're very lucky that the other 71 people and the people in the truck weren't killed as well. I'm sure some of those people are critically injured, and that is yet to be determined. But it just goes to show you that life is very precious, and bad things can happen. It's they had to close the airport down, obviously, and divert to Kennedy and I guess Newark. But what a tragedy! Air Canada, short hop, half an hour flight. They were 2 hours delayed. Yeah, and the lives affected. I did see a girl that was on a woman that was on the flight. They interview people when they get off the plane. She was in the studio today, and I just thought, is that something that you do when you're in a tragedy like that where people die? You go give your side of the story, but you go to the news studio. I'm being judgmental here because I wouldn't do it. I don't think it's appropriate to be sit at the desk and be interviewed because obviously they probably sent somebody to pick her up. God knows they probably paid her to. And I'm sorry that she was involved in that thing, but I just don't think that's the right thing to do. Sure, if somebody sticks a microphone in your face when you're leaving the airport, well, say your piece. But for you to do press afterwards, I think it's odd, unless you're involved in some very particular aspect of that. Like you were the hero or you were Sully Sullenberger or one of those things. I just thought it was odd and it just left a very bad taste in my mouth. But yeah, God bless all those beautiful people and those pilots. And they were very, very young pilots. Tragedy. But yeah, Brad was terrible. Rising Force. Wow. Wow. The first one. Wow. Now your ships are burned and your evil has returned. Need to start news, nothing left to do. To educate your mind. Death is what you find. Life is just a game. Oh God, Black Star. It's a great album. I love that album when it came out. I almost sang for him, but he was a douche. Saturday Night Fever, great choice. Amazing. Favorite song on that record? Hard to pick, right? It would be hard to pick what your favorite song on that record is. But I think How Deep Is Your Love is the greatest song. It's my favorite Bee Gees song. That and The Nights on Broadway. And man, what a song that is. Oof. Outstanding choice, Sharon. I agree. Outstanding. Thanks, Andy. Yours too. I can't live without the Bee Gees. Me neither. Me neither. I can't live without the Bee Gees. It's got Rocky. No, I know. Rocky Raccoon went into his room, hoping to find Gideon's Bible. Ah. Yeah, it's got great stuff on it. Don't get me wrong. There's not a shitty Beatles record to be had. Beatles never made a crappy record. They never did. They made nothing but classic, amazing records. The album is very, very different, though. Hey, Hans, Knees, and Toss. How are you? Great to have you live on the show. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful with your Santos. Looking great. Air Canada, yeah. Handsy boy. Great to have you on the show. Look at that. Good evening, Dirkski. Good evening to you. Welcome back. Welcome back. So nice to have you here. It's been a long time. David Foster's greatest hits. Okay, this is an inside joke because this is Sean, and Sean is my cousin-in-law, and I spent the Sunday with him, and because he married into Aunt Norma's family, and it was a celebratory day. We had a very nice time because he's a big music guy, a very talented musician himself, and he knows that I hate David Foster. I call him Satan. He's such a transparently commercial artist. He's a very talented pianist, songwriter. I mean, he's written amazing songs, but he is also single-handedly responsible for destroying the band Chicago and turning them into milk toast. They were a great big brass band with grit. Yeah, I mean, you've got like 25 or 6 to 4 and Saturday Afternoon in the Park. And then you've got like all that pap they did in the 80s, you know. Like I don't even know any of the names of the songs. There's the Peter Cetera ballad junks. They're just terrible, horrible. I hate him. And he did like Whitney Houston. He does Celine Dion and Josh Groban. Listen, all great artists. However, all kind of milk toasty. Maybe not Whitney, but certainly, you know, the middle of the road people. They're good, but they need great artists to write. You know, they need greater writers to write songs for them. Like, I don't think I like Josh Groban. He's a fun guy. He's a wonderful singer, but him and Bublé, they're all kind of just very safe. It's very safe music, which is fine. I like safe music sometimes too. Celine Dion, great artist, but you know, David Foster wrote a lot of her songs. But you're funny. You're funny. Nice stack going on full motor. JCM 800s, baby. I know it is a background screen. It is. It's blue screen. See that guitar? That is not real. I can't touch it. But that is. I have a wall full of guitars behind me. A wall full. Behind the screen. Too many guitars for a singer. Born to Run. Wow. That's a great one. Jive Talking. Oh, that's your favorite one, huh? Jive Talking on that album? I guess it is. Is it? I don't know if it's on there. Is it? I mean, it should be. I think that was the first song that they ever did that was considered disco-y, right? Yellow Submarine. I love Yellow Submarine. Great songs. People deride that. But it's a great album. Great album. Oh, Fergal, feel better. On a lighter note, I watched the movie called It Happened in Brooklyn from 1947 with a young Frank Sinatra, Peter Lawford, and Greer Garson. What a beautiful looking Brooklyn Dirk. Yeah. Listen, there's still parts of Brooklyn that are beautiful. You know, listen, New York City went through a rough time in the 60s and the 70s, and it got a little rough. But Brooklyn is a very well protected part of New York. It has a lot of history and cachet. If people don't want to live in Manhattan, they don't move to Queens, and they don't move to the Bronx. They certainly don't move to Staten Island. They move to Brooklyn. Brooklyn's got Brooklyn Heights, the Promenade. It's beautiful. And that's a great movie. I haven't seen it in many, many years, but it's a fantastic one. Staying Alive, my favorite. It's a great one. Yeah. Telly, yeah. Yeah, you can't. Everybody's got to have a telly in their arsenal. They sure do. It's time to get started with the Gallery of Bashtards.
The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots, the sublime, the absurd. The Gallery of Bashtards. You share them with me, and I share with
the world. Start over with Andrew Wolkowicz. Olive went MAGA. Did she? Don't let your cats grow up to be MAGA. Don't do it. It's funny, though. Listen, we have the most beautiful flag. Don't let MAGA influence anybody against American people, because the American people, by and large, are wonderful, beautiful, giving, caring, kind people. It's just, never judge a people by their politics, by their politicians. They never represent us truly. There is a very big contingency of Americans right now who are unfortunately living in some kind of weird cult thing, and I don't know how to help them. I've tried; it doesn't work. That's a very cool. It's a beautiful. Don't we have one of the most beautiful flags? We do. I love our flag. What are the most beautiful flags in the world? Don't say. I know. I think I have to say that I think that the Union Jack is an incredible looking flag. Doesn't represent a lot of great stuff for Irish people, but at one point in history, but it is an absolutely, from an aesthetic viewpoint, it is gorgeous. And then there's the Ireland and France and Italy with the three colors. Those are all very nice. But I think that the Russian flag is not the current one. The Soviet one was amazing looking. What are you going to do? Flags are interesting. What's your favorite? Greece has got a beautiful flag. I think Greece's flag is gorgeous. So what do you think? I think the American flag is quite beautiful. Thank you, Betsy Ross. Did she design it too? Shows you how much I know. I don't know. Do I know? Olive, you're beautiful. Don't know who this is, but lovely from Andrew. This cat is gorgeous. Where did you spy upon this cat? Look at that. That's a Bengal, right? It's a Bengal. What a beautiful kitty cat. Somebody got a brand new snow shovel. Look at that. That looks like it just came from the Home Depot. Thanks, Andrew. I don't know who that cat is either. Wait, is that near your job? Interessante, monsieur. Mr. Brooker, weekend picks. Nick Brooker. Oh, some chilly action. Oh, getting some sun on the porch. Oh, hello, honey pie. Hello, beautiful. Well, you must have been. Oh, course of the month. Look at this. Oh, God. Oh, look, there's Brooker right there. Scuba Hub. Look at that. Look at that. What a cool article. Can you send us the link to this article? Oh, there it is. There it is right there. The link is right there. bsac.com/training days. If anybody wants to read about Mr. Brooker. Oh, the designer of the American flag is unknown. Wow, Sharon Alexa. Very cool. Japan's flag is very cool, right? The rising sun. That's a cool looking flag. What are the best looking flags in the world? Does Melly C have it the way she likes it? Oh, yeah. I mean, the Australian flag's cool too, yeah, with the stars. The Canada flag, yeah, it's beautiful. Some flags are not that beautiful. But, that's just the way it is. All right, look at that. His CWC looking great on his gigantic wrist. He's a big-wristed man with all his gear. Looking cool on that great-looking NATO, by the way. Look at it. It's got Nick Brooker on there. That's amazing. Oh, is that a hot tub? Is she on top of a hot tub? Wow. Looky there. Oh, that looks like you got a nice space for the summer months, Mr. Brooker. And there's Our Lady. How'd she get up there? Did she hop up there? Kind of high. I'm just saying. Not that she's not the most agile thing in the world. Drew says, cuddle puddle. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, Brazil is very interesting too. Buenos Aires, Argentina is beautiful too. I guess most of them are pretty. Some of them aren't, but it's just how it goes. Look at this cuddle puddle from Drooby Doo. Oh my God! Look at that. How cute is that? Oh, that's amazing, Drew. Look at them. Looks like Cow's taking up most of the real estate, though. Oh. Drooby Doo. Fantastic. And he's got more. So sleepy. Oh, oh my God. Wait till you see Judy. She got so big. She's a big lady now. Oh, she's so tired. Remember the day she came out of the cornfield and just said, "Take me home, take me home, take me home." Oh, that's our Junie, Junie, Junie. Oh, Junie. And everyone is sleepy. Oh, looky there. Oh, what's going on? Did you give everybody like sleeping pills? I love how cats just find like, what is that, like a backpack? Wow, look at this picture. What did you shoot this with, Drew? Look at the blow up. Holy macaroni. Wow. Thank you, Drew. Those are great. Great shots. Great shots. Great shots. Next up is Melly C. Eminem Madness. Smoking Mindy Madness. Eminem Madness. Smoking Mindy Madness.
Eminem madness, smoking Mindy madness. Eminem madness, smoking Mindy madness. Eminem madness, smoking Mindy madness. Eminem madness, smoking Mindy madness.
She looks so whimsical here. Look how cute that is. Oh, what a shot. Look how playful she was. She's posing. It's fun to do this. So cute. Work for president. Yeah. Mork and Mindy Madness, everybody. Yay. Those are some super playful cutie pie shots today. They were really she was really helping you out because she never does like that. I bash his Gallery pictures. There you go. Oh, Gallery pictures. Look at him in his catio, the king of the forest. Oh, look at more. Oh my God, look at Bronson. Holy crap. That catio is really big. I was thinking about maybe I could make a catio for Bubble. Would that be cool? I don't know. I have to make that decision this week, though. I'm gonna give Bubble the option. Look at you, you beautiful. I mean, you look like you're straight out of Narnia. What a regal. Oh, and we forget Bronson's a kitty cat. A kitty. Look at you, you're a playful little baby. Playful baby. See, the king loves to have fun too. Oh, Mark, those are amazing. Bronson, you are too much. Too much. Sir Julian is here with the gallery. Sir Julian Huxley. Start this out today. Wow, that is gorgeous. Look at this door. I love doors, by the way. The band and the actual noun. Especially in the UK and Ireland, the doors are just incredible. Beautiful. Oh, that's gorgeous, Julian. Wowee. There it is. There's that thing. I think it looks more like a Fabergé egg. I know you guys call it the gherkin, but I think it looks more Fabergé. That building is really weird with all the pipes coming out of it. Reminds me a bit of Pompidou from Paris. Oh, look at that. It's a big giant pineapple on top of a building. Oh, wow. I couldn't even tell what that. At first I was like, is that a trash can? But it's certainly not. And then these giant planters. Or are they giant at all? Or is it just Julian's perspective? Oh. A horse is a horse, of course, of course. That is beautiful. Horses are magical creatures, aren't they? Wow. Oof. How did you capture that? Did you go under a fire escape and match the angle somehow? Wow, that's what an eye does to one. Beautiful. Wow. Where is this place? Huh. Wow. Oh, look at that in the window too. Amazing. Woof. Has anybody ever been inside Radio City Music Hall or Rockefeller Center for that matter? The walls are very curved and gold and they're all painted with gold leaves. So it reminds me a little bit of that. Very kind of 1930s architecture. Beautiful. Julian, this is an outstanding crop of pictures. Beautiful. What do you call that building with all the tubes and pipes and all that stuff? Somebody let me know. Oh, look at that. You see this little face there in the middle of that? Now we know who Banksy is, by the way. Robin something or other. Does that make a difference? That door is beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable works of Sir Julian Huxley. Thank you, dear Julian, for your beautiful work. Thank you so much. Does it make a difference now, you think? Now that we know who he is, or does it not matter? A gallery from Becky Brown. Tissot now with a leather strap on her favorite guy in the world. Oh, look at that. Look at the tapisserie on there. That is a beautiful watch. Yeah, it's a land dweller at a tenth of the price. Look at that. Look at this. He's all decked out. Look at the perfect shirt, perfect jacket. Beautiful. That's a very beautiful color. Tissot is a great watch, man. Beautiful watches. And people can afford them, which is great. They're great. Tissots are great. Fergal, Mini finally washed after months of bad weather. Sake and ginger chilling. Speedy Mark II racing dial. Moon watch 300 millimeter. Wow. Speedy upside down. I was talking to my friend Bob, who I haven't spoken to in years and years and years and years, and he sent me some pictures. I'll pull them up at the end of the gallery. He's a Speedmaster guy. I never knew that. He was a customer of mine at Rio, and something happened. Like he brought a friend in one day, and his friend was they were drinking, and his friend mouthed off to my boss, and she kicked them out, and they were 86th. But yeah, that's what happened. I hadn't talked to him in a really long time, and we talked on the phone. We talked about watches, and the next thing you know, he's got 4 Speedmasters, and he's got a Mark II Racing. How about that? Look at Saki and Ginger outside. Look at them. They have outdoor privileges, these guys, but they know where their meals come from. Yeah, well, yeah, look at that. Yeah, he's got that. He's got this. Of course, he doesn't have it all fixed up and beautiful, but I'll see if I can get them. If I can't get them for today's show, I should actually do that in a second. Let me see that. Mini looking good. All your repairs done. Glad to hear it. You deserve a Mini that works, my friend. Oh, yeah. And of course, the watch that started 1 million collectors. You know, this is the one. This is the one that everybody wanted and everybody has and everyone kept, by the way. Your Mini looks good, man. It looks great. Drive safely, my friend. Yeah. Hey, the steering wheel's on the wrong side. Virgil, beautiful stuff. Look at that. Oh, look at the kitty cats. Hello, babies. That's a great shot. I like the upside down shot. Can I find that now really fast? Let me see. Yeah, I can. This is my friend Bob Schnell's watches. How cool is this? Got a 125. Is that going to happen? Don't do that. Entire screen. No. Can I open this up in preview? That's what I need to do. That's what I need to do. 1 second, please. I had it in. Opens with open. Preview. Did it. Okay, great. So this should work now. There he goes. This is my friend Bob's watches. Look at this. Very cool, huh? Mission to Mars and his 1861 Man on the Moon. Nice, right? Quite beautiful. You don't see that. I've never seen the From the Moon to Mars watch on the show. This is the first one ever. Cool, right? Very cool. And then And then I still have Mocha Mindy Madness on my stuck on my in my head. Then these two, ready for this? He's got a 125. How many 125s have you seen? Look at he's got the Fergal's watch. And he's got the 125. You never see the 125 in the wild, but there it is. Isn't that crazy? I didn't know he was a Speedy guy. Speedy, didn't know. Hey, Bob Schnell. I don't know if you're watching the show, but I told him Tuesday's the day to watch the show because it's the day we talk about speed. He's got other watches too. I think he's got a couple of rollies and all those things like that. The prerequisites, what you gotta have, what you gotta have, what you gotta have. Rolex 912 Tank, 1928. Yeah. Ugh. Why would you do this to us? Why do this to us? Fergal. Oh man, this watch is stupid. Imagine if you sent that to Rolex. What would they do? They wouldn't know what to do with that, right? See, that's the difference also. If you send Omega vintage shit, yeah, they'll probably take your parts and not give them back to you, but they will restore them. They're very good about that. I don't know I think Rolex would want to keep this. They'd probably say, oh, it never arrived. Because you never see a Rolex that looks like that ever. It's incredible. It's one of the rarest pieces. It's almost as good as when I forget the name of that lady went to visit Oisin and she bought a Audemars and Piguet square watch, a tank watch. It says Audemars and Piguet. Imagine. That's how old that was. Absolutely gorgeous. From Andy M. Longines. Oh, hey. We get some Andy M watches, and we love Longines on this channel. Look at that. Yeah, Longines. And that bracelet is too much, kiddo. I love this bracelet. Yeah, Longines is a great brand. Great brand. Look at that. Oof. That strap is stupid. You know me, I love orange anything. That is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous, man. Beautiful. Oof, yeah, that's a great shot. Looky there. I love those hands. They're so unique. Big crown. Like a big crown, not a cupcake there, Andy M. No cupcakes necessary. Look at that. That's a classic design. We love Longines on this channel. We love it. And our other friend Bob got a Longines. He got the beautiful La Dolce Vita. Beautiful watch. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And Becky Brown, Gallery Lyon. Oh, this is your favorite. Oh, wow. This is her Desert Island disc, right? Wow. Asylum Choir 2. It is, I don't know who Mark Beno is. Of course, I know who Leon Russell is. I've been so many places in my life and time. Everybody's abused that song. They take it to church. Sing a lot of songs. I don't want anybody doing that shit. Beautiful. That's your Desert Island disc. I'm gonna go with Yellow Brick Road as my I think so. I think that's gonna be my my absolute 100% Desert Island disc. And that, my friends, is the incomparable Gallery of Bastards. You share them with me, and I share with
The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots, the sublime, the absurd. The Gallery of Bashtards. You share them with me, and I share with the world.
Let's get to the last comments. Union Jack is the butcher's apron. Oh boy. Hey Tash. Oh, can I say something? You know what I need to do? Can I just say this? Say, Tash, I found this bar soap that I didn't use yet. I don't know how this happened. I was cleaning the bathroom and it must have fallen off the shelf. And I found it and I was like, oh my God, look. Because I love the soap. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give it away on Friday and I'll mail it out to somebody. It's the sea salt. So as I'm going to just do that because why not? Let's share the love, right? I'll give it away on Friday. We'll do some giveaways on Friday. We need to make it exciting. That's her combination. Tilly. Dirk, I like your American flag and the Statue of Liberty and the bald eagle and your silver dollars from the early 1900s. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they're great. It's great symbolism. The bald eagles. I mean, you ever seen one? They're crazy. They're absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. CWC perfection, indeed. Brazil flag is cool. It's very cool. The Irish Free State flag is quite nice. Personally, I think it's better than the current one. I hear what you're saying. Yeah. For everybody who doesn't know, I'll pull it up. Yeah. I'm not flag one, Irish Free State. Yeah. Well, that's the current one, isn't it? Am I wrong there, Kieran? Irish Free State is quite nice. Personally, I think it's better than the current one. What's the difference? Is there a difference here? Looking at it. Tell me the difference before I make a total moron out of myself. Green, white, and yeah, I see it. Tell me what I got wrong there. I thought you were talking about the blue one with the harp on it, but that might be the because I know that the official color of Ireland is really blue and gold. It's not really green. We all know that. Cat Paradise, yeah, Drew. Looks like the lead singer of Sparks. Yeah, I know, right? Isn't that funny? I love Sparks. OG bag books. True. Are you still live? Yeah, we're still here. Eminem, Cat, love the spotlight. They sure do. Bronson, Regal Bronson. Yeah, he's got some serious catio, man. It's the Lloyd's building. Okay, I didn't know that. By Foster. Did it after designing HSBC offices in Hong Kong. Juliet needs a coffee table book. If we can't get a show out of him, maybe a coffee table book. What a great idea, Sharon Alexa. I know a publisher. I know one. I know somebody who works for a very big publishing company. A nice assortment of black and white photography. Julian he's very eclectic in his taste. Very stunning, Julian. Lloyd's of London. Yeah. Beautiful, brilliant. Yeah, beautiful stuff. I think the building with the tubes. Oh, it's Lloyd's Bank. Very interesting. It's very Pompidou, right? Uber cool PRX. Tissot's rock. We love them. The waffle tapisserie is beautiful. Probably quite at MO Oil Tankers underwriting. Oh, maybe so. Yeah, that's great. The Speedy's amazing. Beautiful. It's Lloyd's Bank. Very interesting. Okay, you guys know what you're talking about. Loving the mini and the Omegas, of course. Omega. What year is that Rolex? I don't know. You have to ask him, but I think it's 20s. I think it's like 2022 or 23. It's very, 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 very. Are you live on the show, kiddo? Tell everybody what that is. Vintage Rolex. Yeah, that's nuts. Beautiful Longines dial. Beautiful watches. Always loved Longines, says Jason Daniels. We all love Longines. We love it. God only knows what we'd do without you. Leon Russell Redbone. I love Leon Redbone. He's great. Sorry, your right hands. It's called Lloyd's of London, not Lloyd's Bank, right? Okay, yeah. Lloyd's is the insurance company, right? Like everybody would, if you were a piano player, you would insure your hands from Lloyd's of London. You just sent me a picture, did you? Okay, hold on. Okay. Hold on. Let me go find it. There it is. New watch added to the collection. Hey. Oh, a Caravelle. Ooh. Wow. See, that's a sexy bitch, man. For those of you who don't know, this is a great alternative to a Submariner, and it's very cool. I love the Caravelle. Look at that. Oof. It's very, very cool looking watch. 666. Very cool, man. Looks perfect on you too. Really does. Great fit. Caravelles are cool. Very cool. Thanks, buddy. And glad to make you laugh. Yeah, it's crazy. I can't repeat something that Paul said. Listen. I just secretly laughed because when things are said like that, you just have to. I mean, that's why I'm very politically correct. Said, well, it represented some things to Irish people, but you're like, it's the butcher's secret. Oh boy, you guys kill me. Great story, lost and found. So I found it. I'll give it away because why not, right? I didn't think I had it. Yeah, the caravel's beautiful. Well, everybody's loving that caravel. Me too. That's unbelievable. Right. Everybody's sending in pictures. Hold on. I gotta reboot the program. There's no picture there, Ray. You want to see a screenshot? No, it just says no subject. Back to work, Ray. That's all it says. Send it and we'll make it the first show tomorrow. First picture tomorrow. Go in peace, not in pieces is panel power. And I agree, guys. Thanks so much. Speedy Tuesday. Put it on your wrist or put it on your wish list. If you don't have a Speedmaster, go get one. It's the greatest watch in the whole wide world. You know why? Because I love them. And that's enough. Thanks, guys. Remember to hold the door up. I'll see you tomorrow. When we were Wednesdays, please send in pictures of when you were Wednesdays, when you were young, when you were happy, when you were sad, when you were mean, when you were nice, when you got married, I don't care. We love to celebrate yesteryear on this show, especially on the Wednesday show. And JoJo always gets it right. So let's all follow in Handsome Joe, and because he always sends pictures of him when he was a little cutie little boy. So thanks, guys and girls. Remember to hold the door open. Remember to say please and thank you. And remember, it's so important that if you meet somebody who's not so nice, you give them the benefit of the doubt. Give them enough rope to hang themselves. They're either the greatest person in the whole wide world, or else they're a cunt.